I was just listening to Governor Mark Dayton talk on the BBC, the British Broadcasting Centre, for anybody who isn't familiar with it. He was talking about his ideas for lowering deficit and raising revenue across the state of Minnesota. His plan consisted of raising the tax on cigarettes, raising the tax rates for the top 5% of Minnesotans, and raising property tax to landowners in the state of Minnesota. We've heard this before, haven't we? I'm not an economist, but I kind of get this feeling that you can only raise so much revenue by repeatedly doing the same thing time and time again. This is the third time I've heard talks about raising taxes in these areas. Now, I don't really have any politics in this myself. Okay, so I live in Minnesota. But I live in an apartment, I don't smoke, and I'm single. So you can imagine how much I care about property tax and cigarette taxes. Okay, so I work in a grocery store, so that might reduce our year-end revenue, assuming you can tax human behavior. I don't know the statistics on this. But I am thinking about this. Is there no other way we can raise revenue? Just as a thought experiment, just tell me what you think about this, whoever happens to hear this video. What if we were to, let's start by reducing the size of our prisons. Everyone in prison right now who is not there for sex crimes, so aka rape, child abuse, murder, or assault, gets to go home tomorrow. No questions asked, everybody goes home. Can we save money that way in 20 years? If everybody who was in prison today got to go home with those provisos, would that save us money? 2. If we were to suddenly grow our own pot farms, buy our own meth labs, buy our own coke labs, and sell them to Walgreens, tax them, clean them, and put some arbitrary age limit on purchasing them, kind of like we did with Sudafed. Is there money to be made there? I don't know. What do you think? Next off, what if the ESRB and the Federal Communications Commission were to be completely liquidated? Could we save money on that? Could we take the assets currently being held by the ESRB and by the FCC and give them to the Social Security Administration? Would that save us any money? What if we were to take all the sex workers across Minnesota, give them equal civil rights and pensions, retirement funds, health security, social security, and civil security, and allow them to buy franchising licenses and union licenses and work out of their own homes, or better yet, out of a controlled facility right here in the state of Minnesota. Las Vegas did it, didn't they? Could we make money that way? Could we create taxable revenues in order to make up for the spending gap. As I said, I'm not an economist. I do not know the answers to these questions. But think about it. Tax drugs, tax sex, liquidate the ESRB and the FCC, and reduce our prison population. Okay, so we're going to have to legalize prostitution, we're going to have to legalize drugs, but just think about the possibility. Thank you.